Hi, this is Dave Weber, and in this episode we're going to be reviewing method number 1, basic lens mount adapters for bayonet type lenses. These basic lens mount adapters are probably the most popular adapter that there is. I checked eBay and I found over 17,000 of these for sale today. 17,000. They're so popular because they're inexpensive, they're easily removable, and you can use them on just about any camera, a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera. These basic lens mount adapters are really nothing more than a hollow tube. There's no electrical contacts in the back, and some people call them dumb adapters. Dumb adapters. They're completely manual. In other words, you put a lens on one of these dumb adapters and you lose all autofocus and electrical communications between the lens and your camera. Let me show you how these basic lens mount adapters work. When you put them on a mirrorless camera, like this Fuji, let's say we're going to take this Nikon lens and put it on the Fuji. The Nikon lens has a flange focal distance of 46.5 millimeters. And the Fuji camera has a flange focal distance of 17.7 millimeters. So if you subtract the Fuji camera 17.7 from the 46.5 flange focal distance of the lens, you come up with a basic lens mount adapter that has to fill the space, which is exactly 28.8 millimeters. Or to put it another way, the camera plus the adapter has to equal the flange focal distance of the lens. That's an example of how it works with a mirrorless camera. Let's talk about how it works with a DSLR camera with a mirror in it, like this Canon camera. Okay, we've got the Canon camera with a 44 millimeter flange focal distance, and the Nikon lens is again 46.5 millimeter flange focal distance. And now the difference between these two is only 2.5 millimeters. So you only need a very skinny basic lens mount adapter to fit between the Nikon lens and the camera. So this is how it works. Put the lens mount adapter onto your Nikon, and then you attach the lens mount adapter to your Canon body. And we have just used a basic lens mount adapter on a Nikon lens that we mounted on this Canon body. Very simple, very basic, very easy. There are a bewildering variety of lens mount adapters out there. I guess if I had to, I could put all basic lens mount adapters for bayonet mount lenses into two different categories: super premium lens mount adapters and all the rest. The super premium lens mount adapters are made by Novoflex. I've got one right here. Voigtlander, Rayqual, and Metabones. The super premium lens mount adapters, they have a better fit. They have less glare. They focus right on at infinity. They have a better design with better screws, brass versus aluminum. Their springs are better. They're more rugged, and they're more parallel. In other words, they don't cant from one side to the other. The rest include lens mount adapters by Fotodiox, one of my favorites here, Kip-On, Fotodiox, K&F Concept, Velo, Pixco, Viltrox, and a whole bunch of what I call no-name lens mount adapters. Most of them are made in China. Now, I guess I've tried many dozens of lens mount adapters over the years, and I found that for the most part, I really haven't noticed any real negative impact on the image quality when I use these inexpensive lens mount adapters. So why would anyone want to spend a lot of money to get the super premium lens mount adapters? Well, I can think of 5 reasons why you might want to spend the money and get a super premium basic lens mount adapter. Number 1, if you've got really expensive premium lenses, you want to use a premium lens mount adapter on it. Heavy use. Number 3, if you're doing really critical work, especially professional work. Number 4, if you've got really large and heavy lenses, like this one right here, you are going to want to put the best lens mount adapter you can find on it. And finally, number 5, when you use 2 adapters, you want both of them to be the highest quality that you can afford. In our next episode, we're going to be talking about smart and cutting-edge lens mount adapters, advanced lens mount adapters, in part 2 of our discussions on lens mount adapters for bayonet mount lenses. We'll see you then.